Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series, Gaming Greats Republic Commando, Scorch. Well, at least that's his nickname. He's really RC1262. I'm not sure of the significance of that number, but let's get into it! Let's start at the Battle of Geonosis, because that's where the game started, with a look at the packaging. At least that's where I remember the game starting. It's been a long time since I've played it. Star Wars The Black Series. And here we have a nice digital render of Scorch. No window because plastic-free packaging. Gaming Greats. And it's still a sticker. Star Wars Republic Commando RC 1262 Scorch. Assortment number. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. 4 and up. Hasbro print. Plastic free packaging. Except glue and tape. Or tape and glue. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, Gaming Greats, another digital render of Scorch. And plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. And it says it in a bunch of other languages. And then, I don't know what that... recycle this, don't throw it away, I guess. I don't know. And on this side, we have some nice artwork of Scorch. RC1262 Scorch. On the back, Star Wars The Black Series. And another nice digital render of Scorch. RC1262 Scorch. RC-1262, nicknamed Scorch, serves under the Galactic Republic's clone army as part of the Delta Squad, a squad of Republic Commandos created to infiltrate, dominate, and ultimately annihilate the enemy. There it is again in some other languages. Number 18, the Gaming Greats, Star Wars Republic Commando. Attention, don't stick things in your French pie hole that do not belong there. Includes figure and accessory. Warning! Attention! Achtung! Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to the baby. Small, fine, legalese print, main China print, Disney print, Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at Scorch and his accessories. And handy dandy tweezers here. Let's take a look at his blaster. And his is different than all the other blasters. Sev, of course, has the sniper type. This one has demolition on it, like a grenade launcher maybe. It's been a long time since I played the game, so I don't remember. But I remember, I think that Scorch was the demolitions expert, and I do believe that it's some kind of explosive launcher attachment on the blaster. His has actually paint apps on it where the other ones do not. It's got a paint app here, and of course for the attachment. Also, the rest of it is in kind of a gunmetal-y black. You can see some silver flecks in the plastic. So, pretty cool looking there. Then here's his backpack, which has these two things on it. It's basically, the middle of it is the same as Boss and Sev's backpack, and then it has like these pieces on it. The paint job is different. It does have this gunmetal on it, but then it's got these stripes on the inside of it. And here, and then up here, and these stripes right here. And there's a little bit right here. And it does have some weathering on it as well. Paint right here, and then of course the paint on these cylinders goes all the way around. Oh, and then there's a little bit of paint right here. I just noticed that. So it's pretty cool. And of course, like all the rest of the squad, he does have that T-shaped post on his backpack because of the fact that this is the Bad Batch Hunter body, and it does have that T-shaped port in the back. Unfortunately, they did not plug where Hunter's sheath for his vibro blade goes. It goes here and extends out under his arm, or under his forearm here. And, you know, they could have just simply just glued a little piece of plastic in there, but they opted not to. So there's that. Nice blue color to the T-visor. And I'm guessing this is probably the color that it's molded in. And then maybe the white is the paint. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Then he's got a paint app all the way around. Then he's got some up and down here. On the shoulder armor, paint apps here. He's all scuffed up and, you know, battle damage scraped everywhere. So that's pretty cool that they did that. Now I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just paint slop. And then even, you know, down here, paint apps here and here. And again, it looks like it's maybe molded in this color and the white's the paint app. I could be wrong though. He does have these extra, I'm guessing, explosives strapped to his leg, but they are glued on there. They do not move. And then overall, his is probably, to me, the nicest looking out of the 4 of Delta Squad. Let's take a look at his articulation. He looks up that high. He looks down that low. He's got some chicken neck in there. His chicken neck works better than any of the rest of them. So that's weird. All kinds of waggle. Full exorcist. Of course, the shoulder pads have a strap that goes down and it has a hole in it. The arm is pinned, or the arm pin goes through it to go into the chest. And that's how these stay in place. 360 degree rotation. You kind of have to move this with it and sometimes have to move it back into position. Arm raises up this high, so that's pretty good, way past 90. Hinge and swivel at the elbow, swivels around a full 360 degrees and gives you that much bend. 360 degree rotation at the wrist, on in and out hinge, on the other arm, or the other wrist, up and down hinge. Cut where the chest and torso meet, or chest and abdomen meet. All kinds of hula. You can bend back that far, crunch forward that far, and of course lean left and right. In addition to a 360 degree rotation there. There's no cut at the waist. At the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. Adjust these and he might give you a little bit more. Nah, not really. Kicks forward that far, and you can see it does twist a little bit. There is a, we'll get to the cut at the thigh, but you have to use that to get that much kick out of it. And then maybe a step backwards. Cut at the upper thigh is hidden by the leg armor. It does allow for rotation. You can probably get a 360 degree rotation out of it if you fight, but there's really not any need to. Hinge and swivel at the knee. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you that much bend. The knee pads are glued to the part of the knee that juts out from the thigh, if you can see that in there. Then at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far. And forward-facing pin, full rocker action. And as far as accessories go, T-shaped post, T-shaped port, voila. No storage for the weapon, so he just has to hold it. But he's in war, so he's probably holding it most of the time anyway. And there we go, my friends. A look at Scorch and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have all of the Black Series Gaming Greats Republic Commando figures as of this recording. And in the front is Scorch and the BD-1 Battle Droid. And in the back row we have Boss, Fixer, and Sev. Here we have the Gaming Greats Republic Commando Delta Squad Scorch with the Season 1 versions of the Bad Batch. In the front, Hunter. In the second row, Tech, Echo, and Imperial Armor Crosshair. Bringing up the rear, we have Wrecker. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Gaming Greats Republic Commando Delta Squad Scorch with our last Black Series comparison, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and to see how Scorch starts comparing up with other lines. Making his cameo appearance from the Marvel Legends series, we have Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. And for a 7-inch comparison from Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, we have the 40th anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series Gaming Greats Republic Commando Delta Squad Scorch, I have to say the colors on this guy is probably my favorite out of the entire Delta Squad. And this one really stands out to me, and it kind of reminds me of Season 2 colors for Bad Batch. So maybe they were inspired by this. Now, if you've watched my other Delta Squad Republic Commando reviews, you know the big minus I have on this figure. And it's on his left arm, the back side of his forearm, that open port where this was this is the Hunter mold, the Bad Batch Hunter mold. And on that figure, of course, he had a sheath for his vibro blade glued into that port, and Hasbro just left it open rather than, you know, a few cents of plastic and glue to plug that port. I say a few cents. I don't know exactly what it would have cost. I'm sure it was minimal. I was going to say minuscule, but minimal cost there. And again, overall, I like this figure. I like the way his backpack looks. I like that he comes with the extra explosives on, you know, strapped to his thigh, and that his gun has the explosive launcher on it, whether it's grenades or what have you. I don't remember. Thermal detonators, maybe. I don't recall what they were in the game, as it's been quite a while since I played it, as in when it first came out on the original Xbox. And again, overall, I like the look of this guy. Aesthetically, for me, he fits in with the rest of my Black Series guys. And, you know, that's what matters to me, is whether it fits. You know, it's a cross between the way it looked in the game and a more realistic look on it. And for me, that's what this is. Now, I know there's some people out there that don't like the fact that they put the Republic Commando on the Hunter mold, and that's okay. Then this figure, in fact, none of the Gaming Greats Republic Commandos figures are for you. If you don't like them, don't buy them, and that's that. Now, as far as the models used in the game, yes, they were much bulkier than this mold. And I don't know if that was a stylistic decision on the part of the game makers, which I think was LucasArts at the time, or if it was just a product of the technology at the time. And that's just what they could do with it. I'm not sure. But for those of you that want bulkier versions of this, I'm sure down the road that will eventually happen. It might not be any year soon, but eventually that, I think, will happen. And they'll give the bulkier, more game accurate version of this character. I could be wrong though. But as for me, like I said, aesthetically this fits in with the rest of my Black Series collection, so it works for me. Your mileage, of course, may vary, and again, like I said, if you don't like the way this looks, you don't think it fits in with your idea of the character and how you should fit in with your collection, then by all means don't buy it. It's not for you. Well, that's enough waxing philosophical, I suppose. That does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.